Today we are going to talk about the ways to prevent the cognitive declines. It's basically the continuation of the last video where we're talking about preventing dementia. And as I said in the last video as well, that we don't have to be kind of shy about talking any topic which is looking straight into our eyes, is writing on the wall. Then if we hide ourselves, that'll be like a cat, like hiding ourselves from the realities. And basically, there's one more thing I need to remind, I think, my friends, that there is no limit to information available on internet today. Plethora of information, and that too coming from the experts. But you'll agree with me that not a single clip, perhaps, I mean, 1% to is not coming from someone who has, for example, gone through a near-death experience. Coming to life after a few minutes of cardiac arrest, or technically after death. So, in the last video, we talked about certain phenomena and activities which could help and keep our cognitive functions young and keep ourselves young. Remember one thing I think talked in the last one as well, that with age, if we try and remain as young as perhaps we at 20s and 30s, there'll be a big folly on our part. Now, eyesight. I'm putting on glasses today because I want to see some of the points. But muscles, for example, our muscles, our eyesight, our teeth, our every part of the body is going through some decadence, and we don't have to be again conscious about it. But brain is part of our physical entities in our body. But the only thing or only part of our self which could be kept as young as possible is this cognitive functions, because that's our thinking, that's our mind. As I would perhaps be sharing with you another link that I sent few months back, I think, that Aladdin's lamp, and the jinn or the genies which are at our disposal at times. But I tell you, this mind is no less than the slave genie or jinn which is at your disposal. Keep it as young and enjoy your life. So we're going to learn about certain aspect which will strengthen and augment our cognitive features. Remember that cognitive features are a real good defense. But we learned in the last that when our pain and agony, worries, overall, frustrations as to what is going on in the world, why there are so many wars and fights and all, and something. But remember, we can, get rid of pain at least. You stop listening to news, for example. I don't. Anything is going on around, let the youngsters take their responsibility now, and let's take our responsibility for our health now. So I'm going to talk a little about the pain and how can we really manage pain-free mind, so that it does not automatically switch off certain cognition functions like memory. And everybody is, you can find every second person is complaining about it. The first thing we will talk about is that pain is manageable. Do you see anybody, you see thought of mothers having many children? Whereas the labor pain, if we know, then you will agree with me that after having first baby will be perhaps the last baby. No mother would dare to go to the labor room second time, because pain is not. But she is taking pain with pride and pleasure, like a soldier. So that means there are ways to be able, there are ways certainly that pain can be managed, can be even taken as something pride and a pleasure. Look at the face of a mother coming out of the labor room. Her pain is no more on her face, but a smile looking at the baby. So now I will give a few points which are again given at the bottom of this, below this, video. That pain, complaining about pain. More and more we complain, I tell you, more and more our mind is registering every time I say, oh my God, I am having. And the second time, third time, within an hour, I tell my mind to register the pain 20 times. And it's accumulated one after the other. The other point I want you to remember is painkillers. They perhaps kill your pain because they kill your abilities, to sort of, forbear, to, have some, your strength to bear the pain. The killer will kill your abilities as well. And besides, it will not, be a permanent solution, I can tell you. It starts affecting your kidneys, and it starts affecting your other, organs in the body, and seriously start sort of, putting them into sort of, danger. Then we come to a point. I was, by the way, reading this, and I was surprised that I had sent this complete, the philosophy of pain, how pain is registered and all everything, because as I said, it was coming from my mind, and that mind which was really getting pushed up, pushed by the pain, and I wanted to get rid of it. So the best I will tell you is that 2 years back, if I have written all this, then I'm sure it will help you greatly, and you will be able to overcome the pain. So no painkillers. Feel pride, not because we are not mothers, but we are, at least we can be soldiers of chronic ailments, and become pioneers, and start campaign there, like hashtag and all, that no more cognitive decline, no more dementia, no more dementia. And I tell you, if there is an awakening and awareness, it will help us. And that brings us to the point that I can say that I hope you have enjoyed this. And this is a little introduction, I would say. Rest is you're going to read below this, or you can get to the blog and start, knowing more about controlling these triggers, which ultimately lend